is a do-or-die situation. Big Game 5. Always decisive. 2K Sports presents the playoffs of the NBA. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And our reporter tonight on the sideline is Allie LaForce. We got the Brooklyn Nets and the Miami Heat. Take a look at the Heat. They've been dynamite here in the playoffs, having lost just one game so far.
We're really in excellent position here to close this thing out tonight. A 3-1 series lead at home, and these fans are definitely pumped up. This is where they expect it to be, and they put themselves in a position. Let's see if they can finish the deal.
Here's Nembhard. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Out of the pick and roll, Porter showing great coordination, fluidity, and versatility.
Doncic with it. Well guarded by Dunn. Pass to Robinson. Great D that time from Adebayo.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
And now here comes Robinson leading the break. Sinks the three-pointer. Take a look at the Nets. You said it before, Greg. Their backs are against the wall. They need a win here tonight, and then two more on top of that. That is a long list.
And for a lower seed, partner, that's a very difficult task. They can't think down the road, though. They need to stay in the moment, treat this as a one-game series. It's really all you can do.
Good advice. Outside Robinson. Back to Doncic. Outside Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Stolen by Robinson. Can't cash in from close range. Now the Heat with it. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Pass to Porter. Shakes him. And finished off by Porter.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
Now, here's Doncic. Out to Porzingis. A three-pointer off the mark.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Here's Porter. A rebound by the Nets. Here's Doncic. And stolen by Dunn. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
I love seeing Adebayo run the floor like this. Fantastic job leaking out and beating everyone to the spot.
And so, Jordy Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Nets trail by 4. Just to Porzingis. Dunk by Porzingis.
Now look, when Porzingis has it there, there's not much you can do defensively.
Now Porter. And finished off by Porter.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, we'll take it.
Now, here's Doncic. Still yet to score.
And I'll tell you what, he is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the basket.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Brooklyn trailing. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Eric Spoelstra had a few moments to share with me. I asked him about what could tip the balance in their favor tonight, and he said, quote, when Kristaps Porzingis is operating at a high level, it opens up their entire offense. The key for us is to keep Porzingis from having a major impact. If we can do that, it'll be our game to win. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie.
And you can tell Porter Jr. wants to keep getting better, and that's one reason why this team is still so high on him.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 5. Porzingis is doubled. Here's Robinson, and the layup's good off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Nembhard with it. Still scoreless.
Bam invites so much contact inside. That's how he earns that trip to the line.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Miami.
The story so far has been their mid-range shooting. The analytics might not like it, but elite offenses still knock it down from that area.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see. And you can see the defenders of... Oh, yes! My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Hero attacking. Count that one.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
Pass to Wolf. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside, Hero. Now, Nembhard. And stolen by Drummond. Here's Demon. Tries to save it. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the Nets with possession. Pass to Riley. Here's Wolf. He's guarded by Adebayo. Here is Porter. And he drops it in from the low post. Porter's got 10 points in the game.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Here's Nembhard. Scoreless thus far. They double him with Drummond. Shot clock at 5. And done with the slam.
While he's a bit undersized for a forward, he more than makes up for it with his balance.
Inside. Drummond the screen. To the middle. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. The Heat with the lead. .133 left in the first. Here's Hero. What a terrific move that was.
More than a great jump shooter, Hero is a tremendous ball handler. He can finish the drive with either hand.
Wolf, no good. Miami leading by 4. Outside Hero. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
.54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Wolf shot's good.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
Yeah, if they aren't going to take away his space from mid-range, look, he's going to continue to shoot it.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Nets trail by 4. Ariza outside. Pass to Hart. Driving in. Nice D from Porter. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Miami Heat. Tipped away. And finished off by Porter.
He's just a natural scorer who can heat up fast. Porter's offensive game very impressive, and he's still adding to it.
Timmon, that's good.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
And finished off by Porter.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And so it's Michael Porter.
27.
And you are back with us live as we bring you continuing coverage of the Eastern Conference semifinal. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
Count it. Ware's got the lead up to 8 now for the Heat.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Wolf. And it's Miami with the rebound. Smith surveying the D. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And priority number one has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
Miami leading by 8. Pass to Ware. Back to Smith. He takes it in. And the dunk by Smith.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
You got to be able to get some hang time to do that. In by Porzingis. The drive by Doncic. Here's Wolf. Out to the right wing. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Here's Yaka Jonas. It's rebounded by Doncic. Nets trailed by 8. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And here's Porzingis. Off with the layup. Heat on offense. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Here's Smith. And there's the drive. And then Smith with the jam.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And the Nets with possession here. Trailing by 10. The 3 for Doncic. Here's Robinson. Kicks it out to Ariza. The Nets working the ball around now. Fires the 3. Hart, that's good.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot it when given the opportunity.
Smith outside. Doncic grabs the miss. Nets trailed by 7. Luka taking it in.
And sure, he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Pass to Ware. Now here is Smith. Oh, he misses the dunk. Here's Thompson. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
No good. They had a chance to end the run there. But Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Jaka Jonas. No scoring in this one. Robinson pulls it in. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Doncic. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
And it's Smith penetrating. Just 5 on the clock. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's Demon. 5 points in the game. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Plays it up and banks it in. Drummond's got his second bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Demon. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Ariza. Kept alive. And Drummond is right there. And now a 3-point Nets lead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pass to Toppin. Back to Smith. Driving to the basket. Where? And down it goes. Dunk through off a wonderful assist.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Back to Robinson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Obi Toppin.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
And he ends up missing both free throws. Miami trailing. Now Nembhard. Nothing on the board. Here's Porter. And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk. He doesn't think twice about it.
Pass to Drummond. Here's Demon. On the wing, Thompson. From down in the low post, it goes. Thompson's got 6. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
There's Porter with the 3. Rebounded by the Nets.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And it's the Heat on the break. Left side, Hero. And Porter, here we go. Rolls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now, here's Dunn. And Adebayo throws it down.
That is not a simple finish by any means. Adebayo had to keep his focus, makes the D think twice about getting physical with him.
Nembhard for three. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And the Nets with possession here. Trailing by 2. It's to Demon. Here's Wolf. He has 5. In transition, here comes Miami. And it's good. 2 points. Porter's got 20. There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Down low. Here's Porzingis. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Nice shot. Porzingis with the length and the touch.
Pass to Porter. Riley grabs the miss.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Thompson. Here is Riley, guarded by Porter. Here's Wolf. Here's Thompson. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Heat out front. They lead by a bucket. And will return shortly. So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside at Game 5. Here's Nembhard, still without a basket. Pass to Porter. The tray. Robinson pulls it in. Enzo Doncic will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. A 2-point game. A 3. The offensive rebound.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Nembhard with it. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Out to Porzingis. And here's Doncic from the arc. It's Adebayo with the rebound. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this. Not an ideal start to the second half for them. 0 for 3.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
5 to shoot. Chalk up 2 there. Porter's got 22 points.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Driving the lane. Pass to Porzingis. And it's Miami with the rebound.
Out of halftime, not the way you want to execute. Just 1 of 5 from the field.
Outside Porter. Lets it go with a 3. No good. Nets trailed by 4. On the wing, Doncic. Fires from deep. The triple! Doncic!
And it's so hard to take away the 3 from Doncic. He needs very little space, and if you press up on him, he'll go right around you.
Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And 1 step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Outside, Porzingis. Over Porter. Porzingis can't hit.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Igor Demon. That's his first foul. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And he just big boy right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. It's good. This game is all even.
That was a disgusting first half he turned in, but it's been night and day for him after the break.
And Porter, here we go. And finished off by Porter.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pass to Drummond. Now, here's Doncic. 10 points for him. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Porter with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Porter, no luck. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Miami. And here's Doncic from the arc. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Tanner Smith penetrating. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
It's too hard. Here's Wolf. Guarded by Porter. Wolf shot's good. Wolf has got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Jakob Jonas. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. And a wide open look for Porter. Here's Ware. Second chance shot. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They lead by 1. Back to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Pass to Ware. Nice move. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
The stiff defense gives Drummond some trouble on that shot, but he stays cool and gets a trip to the line.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And he's good on the second.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man's big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint who really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
Pass to Stewart. Left side, Hero. And the shot goes in. Hero's got the game tied up here for Miami.
And for a shooter like Hero, that floater is a key shot. You can use it against teams who overplay that three-point line.
Now, here is Smith. He's got 6. For 3. And Tyler Hero gets the 3. Now it's a 3-point Heat lead.
And a legitimate threat to connect from deep. Hero doesn't lack confidence trying his luck from there.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Heat.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
They took what the defense gave them tonight, and that was the mid-range. I mean, very consistent from that part of the floor.
Now, here is Smith. And he goes big with the dunk right over Asar Thompson.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Our Heat leading by 3. Here's Hero. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Hero's got 7 now in this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Doncic. And Ware pulls it down. On offense, here are the Heat. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Right side, Hero. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling that.
In the dunk by Doncic.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
And a wide open look for Hero. And so it's Michael Porter making things happen for Miami. A grand total of 28 points for him in the game.
64. This is it, fans.
And we're back for more exciting action from the Eastern Conference semifinal. Nets trailed by 5. It's to Demon. Here is Riley. Here's Demon. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. Porzingis has got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Nets. Outside, Hero. And he banks in the layup. And the Heat lead by 5.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Porzingis sets big screens and makes big plays out of that 2-man game.
Outside, Hero. Pass to Smith. And here is Hero. To the middle. Here's Ware.
Oh, great job moving the rock by Hero. Not a ball stopper. Tyler is a team player.
Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatic.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
And what a move, guys. I mean, he's absolutely embarrassing him out there right now.
You can break all the ankles you want. You still got to knock down the shot, and he nails it.
Smith outside. Down low. Here's Ware. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
on the wing. And another basket for Miami.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over. And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Sweet move. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. Pass to Stewart. Here's Toppin. And then Toppin with the jam.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane guard.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Baby, it is showtime. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Miami Heat. Outside, Hero. Back to Smith. Inside, and he goes in for the dunk. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And how about just floating to the rim on that side?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. And we'll have a timeout called by Erik Spoelstra. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Erik Spoelstra's huddle. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Nets trail by 10. Here's Doncic. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Well, after an uneven first half, he's managed to right the ship and get things going.
Thomas with the ball. Now guarded by Porzingis. Back to Thomas. To the middle. And Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
This is not the same guy we saw in the first half. Credit him for finding a way to shake off those first 2 quarters.
Heat moving the ball around. To the paint. Here's Adebayo.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Outside, Porzingis. Down low. Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Here's Porter. And finished off by Porter.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular. Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. And finished off by Porter.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And Miami making a change here. Here's Robinson. Big time jam. He was ready to receive and deliver.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Now Porter. Outside Nembhard. Here he goes. Oh, the slam dunk.
Taking matters into his own hand.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Robinson, 2 points. That one goes.
Excellent at dishing the rod. Luka with the nice feed.
Now Porter. 1:57 left in the 4th quarter. A Porter. Count the basket.
Hit works well there. Not much resistance from the deep.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. Defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't know.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Now Porter. Here's the three. And that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Porter. That's trailed by 6.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
Outside Porzingis. Robinson. Finally, it goes in.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
The deeper into crunch time we get, the harder he's going to work on that offensive glass.
And he commits the intentional foul. Porter looking it over. Showing off the post move right there.
Just refusing to back down when the spotlight's brightest. Porter outstanding at taking over here in the clutch.
Robinson outside. Now Doncic. Puts up a deep three. Puts up a three. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Robinson launches from deep. That does not go. And so the Miami Heat have won the series. And